Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kat, and today I'm talking about 8 of my most highly anticipated recent and future releases in October and November. Quite a lot of these books have queer, dark, library bookish themes or mermaid, sea themes, so I'm really excited about all of these. Of course, I only ever talk about my most highly anticipated, the ones that I really want to read, and some of these on this list I need to have like right now. The good news is that the first 4 on this list are already out, and then the last 4 are not yet out. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the 8 books. So the first one I want to talk about is The Library of the Unwritten by A.J. Hackwith, and this came out October 1st. Books that are not finished are sent to the Library of the Unwritten in Hell, and Claire is the main head librarian, and she is tasked with keeping restless books from escaping. So when a hero escapes from his book and goes out into the world, Claire must go on an adventure to get him back, and she goes with her friend Brevity and also her nervous demon Leto. And I don't know, there's something about the term nervous demon. I'm just picturing like my little anxious chihuahua, and that is adorable. So I'm really looking forward to this one, and I think it sounds absolutely fantastic. I think I'm hoping to read it in November, and I just love books about books, and set in hell is always a great thing. So yeah, really looking forward to it. Also out October 1st was The Last True Poets of the Sea by Julia Drake, a book which I have heard nothing but super high praises for. So we are following a main character named Violet, who is kind of acting out rebelliously, drinking, partying, having a lot of sex, and she wants to get her shit together after her brother tries to commit suicide, I believe. And they both go up to Maine, and she is trying to track down an ancient wreck that is believed to have been discovered by her grandmother or her great-grandmother while her brother is in treatment. And I've heard that this book is really amazing, queer, profound, very sad, and it deals with very dark topics while also having moments of lightness as well. The cover is gorgeous. Oh, I'm so highly anticipating it that I have made myself nervous. So yeah, let me know your thoughts down below on this one, because this is probably the one I'm most nervous about on this entire list. So the next release I want to talk about came out October 8th, and it is The Grace Year by Kim Liggett. This has been blurred as a combination of The Power, which I hated, and The Handmaid's Tale, which I like. So I'm a bit nervous. I wish that it hadn't have been compared to them, but anyway, this is following a community where on the 16th year, girls are sent into the forest for what is known as the Grace Year. So as the girls are developing into womanhood, it is believed that they have powers and power over men. And so they go away for this year and no one ever talks about it. And then they're brought back and then they can marry. So I think that this is supposed to be really dark and really powerful, and I can't wait. It sounds really good, and I'm really hopeful that it's more like The Handmaid's Tale and less like The Power. I know that that's controversial if you like The Power, okay, but I really didn't like that book, so I'm hoping that this is not written in the style of The Power. If you guys have read this book, I know it's kind of a recent release. It came out maybe like 10 days ago, 9 days ago, but if you have read it, let me know, because I'm really hopeful. It sounds so good, and I have heard great things about it by the few booktubers who have already read it. A book that came out just over a week ago on October 11th is Blood and Ice by Ariana Nash, the third in the Silk and Steel trilogy. I love this trilogy so much. I'm so excited to read the last one. I'm so nervous. I can't wait to read it. So I will probably be picking this up in November. I have loved all of the books. So what is it about, you ask? That's a good question. I don't want to spoil anything because this is the third book in the trilogy. So in the first book, we are following a gay dragon prince and a bisexual elfin assassin who is sent to murder the prince's mother, who is the dragon clan's queen. Things go from there. So in this world, there is a huge war on between the dragons, the elves, and the humans, and there are different clans, like the Amethyst clan, the Emerald clan, the Jade clan, the Bronze Opal clan, whatever. And the different dragon clans have different types of ideas about how they should interact with elves and humans. Some have gone extinct, some are rising in power, some are falling in power. The world building in this is really great. The development of this relationship is excellent. It reminds me a little bit of Captive Prince by C.S. Pacat in the slow burn development of the character relationship over the course of multiple books. So if you're looking for like a wham bam thank you ma'am type MM romance, this might not be for you, but if you're looking for a trilogy where the world building and the adventure is first and then any sort of romance or emotional feelings between them is second, this would be for you. I so highly recommend it. It is so good. I'm so excited for this third book. Oh, bless you, Ariana Nash. I'm just so keen. So the next release I want to talk about is out in 5 days, and it is I Hope You Get This Message by Farah Naz Rishi. So this one is following a group of teenagers who are dealing with the fact that they have just received transmission on Earth from an alien race who says that they are going to end Earth and humanity in 7 days. So every single character has something that they need to deal with, whether it's coming out, whether it's coming to terms with a parent who has left them, whether it is trying to find someone who's missing in their life, or whether it's just being really uncaring and unfeeling about the event in general. So I'm nervous about the multiple points of view. I hope that it is done in a very cohesive way, but I think that the premise sounds absolutely amazing, and I am one of those people who loves this cover. I know that when Books and Lala recently talked about this book, she said she didn't like these kind of covers, but I don't know, I like them. I like them just fine. So I'm really excited about this, and I cannot wait for it to come out in just a few days. So the next release I want to talk about is out November 5th, and it is The Deep by River Solomon, David Diggs, William Hutson, and Jonathan Snipes. So I'm actually going to read the synopsis to you guys because it is very complicated and I don't want to get anything wrong. So, Yetu holds the memories for her people, water-dwelling descendants of pregnant African slave women thrown overboard by slave owners, who live idyllic lives in the deep. Their past, too traumatic to be remembered regularly, is forgotten by everyone, save one, the historian. This demanding role has been bestowed on Yetu alone. She remembers for everyone, the memories painful and wonderful, traumatic and terrible, miraculous, and they are destroying her. And so she flees to the surface to escape her memories, the expectations, and the responsibilities. And she discovers a world her people have left behind long ago. She will learn more than ever expected about her past and about the future of her people, and if they are to survive, how they can reclaim the memories, reclaim their identity, and own who they really are. I love any sort of ocean mermaid setting, but I've never ever heard of a book like this before. So I first learned about the myth where people believe mermaids came from women thrown overboard from slave ships in the book Afrofuturism, which I will leave like all the information to that down below. There was a chapter on that which I had never heard of before. So this book sounds really intriguing and I haven't heard about it on BookTube anywhere. So I just wanted to mention it to you guys if that sounds at all like something you guys would be interested in reading. So also out November 5th is The Guinevere Deception by Kiersten White, and I'm so excited, oh my god. So, I recently read The Dark Descent of Elizabeth Frankenstein, gave it 4.5 stars, loved it, and this one is a retelling of King Arthur and Camelot. The world of Camelot is under magical siege, and Merlin comes up with an idea to bring in someone to protect King Arthur. So he brings in a girl to be his wife. And this is Guinevere. So Guinevere is going to protect Arthur from the inside out, and what we know going in from the synopsis is that Guinevere is not who she appears. She is actually a changeling who has been molded to be Arthur's protector. So this sounds really good. It gives me kind of vibes of Dark Descent of Elizabeth Frankenstein, where Elizabeth, her whole purpose is to protect Victor and make sure that he stays safe and sane. And in this one, it sounds like there's going to be some more protecting going on, but also magic and also retelling of King Arthur. And I am just really excited. I am kind of in love with Kiersten White now, so I'm really excited about The Guinevere Deception. The last release I want to talk about is Coral by Sara, which is out November 12th. And this one follows three main characters. The first is Coral, who is a mermaid, and she thinks that she has developed the disease, which is human emotion. So among the mermaid community, they do not have emotion, they are more cold and calculating, but she feels like she is developing human emotions and that it's a real problem. The second person we're following is Brooke, who is dealing with depression and anxiety, and she tries to find solace between the waves in what I believe is a suicide attempt. And then we're following Merrick, who is her brother, who is trying to escape his abusive father, but when his sister tries to commit suicide, he's pushed to breaking point and needs to go on an adventure to try and find their mother. I believe that this book is a mashup of a Little Mermaid retelling along with discussion of really hard-hitting mental health topics, and I'm really excited to read it because I think that accurate mental health portrayal is not something that is done a lot in fantasy novels specifically. I think that a lot of contemporaries and a lot of adult books can do it quite well, but especially for sci-fi and fantasy, I feel like proper discussion of mental health isn't always represented. So I am really keen to get to it. Okay, so that wraps up all of my 8 books that I am most highly anticipating. If you are also going to read any of them, let me know down below. That would be awesome. I will chat to you guys in another video soon. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I'm just going to say bye for now. See ya!